I told Gina, make sure we unmute before we start.
Oh my gosh, all right, one more
Thanks for those of you who mentioned there was no sounds. Sorry about that.
time. Happy anniversary. Woohoo! Today is my 2-year Mounjaro-versary. And boy, has it been a wild ride. I am going to share what I wish I knew before I started taking Mounjaro.
That the volume was turned off.
Yeah, be sure that there's volume on when you go live. And also, any lessons that I have learned along the way. And I want to share it all with you, especially if you have not taken a GLP-1 yet and you're thinking about it, or you're very, very new on your GLP-1 journey. I'm not a doctor, but I am your sister from another mister who is willing to spill the beans about all things that I have experienced along this journey, including tons of new friendships. And I want to thank everybody that I see showing up already in the chat who have been on this journey with me. Some of you have been here since day one. And I'm talking about you, Barb Health at Any Cost. Do you know, before I do every video, before I turn the cameras on, I pray for the power of one, that God will share my video with at least one person who I can make a difference for. Either maybe make them smile today if they needed a smile, or that they'll learn something that'll make a difference in their future. And so I do every video for the power of one. And what's really funny is a bunch of my videos from 2 years ago, I had a lot of times just one viewer. Sometimes I had three viewers, and that's it when I did a live.
That's 300% more.
Yeah, so it went up by 300%. But one of the very first people to see me from my very first day, I was so scared. I was so afraid to take my first Mounjaro shot. Number one, I was crazy afraid of needles. And the whole thought of giving myself a shot was really horrifying. I have type 2 diabetes and I have to prick my finger to test my blood sugar. And let me tell you, I don't do it very often because I hate it. I hate pricking my finger. And every time I prick my finger to test my blood, it hurts. It hurts me every time. I jump a little bit when I do it. And so the thought of putting a needle in my stomach and looking at how big this pen is freaked me out.
Like, how long is that needle?
I know. And I got to find out in a positive way, because I was so scared. You're supposed to keep Manjaro in the refrigerator, but you can take it out for a little while before you give yourself the shot. And it's better if you do that, because if you can get the shot to be room temperature, which only takes about, I don't know, less than 30 minutes of sitting on the counter, and it'll get to room temperature. If it's room temperature, I swear to you guys, you can't feel it. It's like nothing. It's like you're doing absolutely nothing. You can't feel it. Now, if you do take it out of a very cold fridge, that means the needle's going to be very cold and the medicine inside is going to be very cold. And so there is a slight sting.
It doesn't really
If it's
hurt.
not, it's not horrible. It still doesn't hurt. Super cold, it doesn't hurt as much as pricking your finger to check for blood sugar, because you have so many nerve endings in your fingers. And I swear those needles that you do puncture your fingers with, they're really sharp and they really, really hurt. But the needle in this, even though this looks really big, it's mostly plastic and holds the medicine inside in like a spring or something. The actual needle is very, very tiny, and you don't have as many nerve endings on your stomach or on your arms or legs. Now, I will tell you, I do have lipedema. And if I hit in my arms and legs, if I hit a lipedema nodule, there's these little painful nodules in my fat in my arms and legs. Um, if I hit one of those, then it stings just a touch. But that's because my nodules don't like to be touched. They don't even like it, I don't like people to squeeze my arm. Like Jeff knows he's not to grab me by the arm. He can grab my hand if he thinks that, he does that every now and again when we're in a parking lot. I have a little bit of ADD and
Well,
he
not grab your
worries.
arm.
No, he doesn't grab my arm because he
Hold your
knows
hand.
he'll hold my hand. Because my hand, I don't have lipedema in my hand. In the fat in my hand, I don't have lipedema there. So it doesn't hurt if he grabs my hand real quick. But he knows not to grab my arm because I'll be really mad at him because it hurts. I don't like because the lipedema nodules in my arms hurt. But anyway, um, I don't have any lipedema in my stomach and I can't even feel it. When I give myself my shot in the stomach, I can't feel it at all. Not at all. I hope sometimes that there'll be a little red dot so I know it went in. And sometimes there's not even a red dot. And then I have to look at it and go, okay, did the medicine disappear or, did it really work? Because I can't feel it. It really doesn't hurt. And so that's the first thing I wish I knew before I gave myself my first shot is that it doesn't hurt. That was just huge for me. And I did a video of that very first shot 2 years ago. And you're supposed to hear 2 clicks when you give yourself the shot before you move the pen. And my heart was beating so loudly in my ears. I could just hear this dun 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 dun. I didn't hear the second click. And so when I gave myself my shot, I was like, I don't know if I hear another click. I wasn't sure if I should move the shot or not. And Barb, Health at Any Cost, was on the other end. And she messaged me right away and said, um, I heard the second click. It really happened. Yes, you took the shot correctly.
Now, the second click isn't as loud as the first click, is it?
I don't know. Here, you know what?
No? You
Well,
want,
no,
okay.
sometimes I wait and give myself my shot towards the end of the video, at the end of the live, and this is a live, so you can ask me questions. And if you are listening right now in the chat, let me know in the chat. Are you taking a GLP-1 currently, and how many weeks have you been doing it? Let us know. But usually I do it at the end and sometimes I forget. So I don't want to forget. So I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. And I can tell you something else that I wish I knew before I gave myself the very first shot. And that is how important it is to take off the gray cap first. Because guess what? If you do it out of order and you twist from lock to unlock before taking off the gray cap, you can break that shot. And these shots are expensive. You don't want to do that. And I did that my 4th week of taking Mounjaro. I didn't know that there was that, I don't know, that would make that much of a difference what order I did things in. And I was wrong. And I accidentally turned it from lock to unlock. And I pushed the plunger and I still had the gray cap on and it broke it. So when I realized it, I'm like, this is not working. And I was like, oh, I've got to take the cap off. It was too late. So the second I took the cap off like this, the medicine in it just squirted out and there was no way to be able to recapture it and put it in me. So that shot was ruined. I actually did a video about that Mounjaro week number 4, 2 big mistakes. And that was one of the big mistakes. So anyway, that is something I wish I had known back then, but I only made that mistake once because by golly, when you do that one time, you never want to make that mistake again.
I think it was filled with tears, wasn't it?
Yeah, I did. I almost started crying afterwards, like, no, oh man, now what do I do? And then I didn't have any more because it was my first 4 weeks. I was supposed to take the 2.5 milligrams, which is the smallest amount. And, and that was my fourth shot of 2.5 milligrams. I didn't have any more 2.5 milligrams. There was no more 2.5 milligrams in my refrigerator, but I did have my next box, and that was 5 milligrams. So I actually took my 5 milligram shot a week early because I broke my last one of my 2.5 millimeter. And oh,
Milliliter.
milliliter. Uh, that probably wasn't for the best either. There is a reason why there's at least 4 weeks that you do the 2.5 milligrams. It's so your body can get used to the medication. Another thing, excuse me, I wish I knew before I started taking my first shot. I was scared to death of side effects. I did a little bit of research, but there wasn't as much on the internet. There wasn't as much on YouTube about taking Mounjaro 2 years ago. There's a lot of people doing videos now, but 2 years ago there wasn't that many. And I caught a few of them that talked about side effects, and it scared me. And I thought, oh my gosh, vomiting and diarrhea. I hate having the flu. If this medication makes me feel like I have the flu all the time, I'd rather be fat and have too high of blood sugar because I have type 2 diabetes. So I diabetic. So I really did need to take something. But that was frightening to me, that what if I have all these horrible side effects? Well, I wish I had known then that, you might have a little bit more side effects in the very beginning. That's why they start you on 2.5 milligrams. So your body can get used to the medication before you take a higher dose. Now, 2.5 milligrams, while my body was getting used to it, my body did pretty well with it. It was like a miracle to me. I didn't have food noise anymore. And I'd never heard the term food noise until I started taking Manjaro. But there was another, I don't know, somebody out there that I watched who said something about food noise. And I was like, food noise, huh? And then when I started taking my shot, oh my gosh, I get it now. When I used to think about food from the second I woke up in the morning, my stomach would already be grumbling, and I'd be thinking, oh, what am I going to have for breakfast today? Or do I have enough time for breakfast? What can I grab really fast as I'm heading out the door? Because I woke up super hungry. But even while I'm eating breakfast, I would be thinking about, hmm, I wonder what I'm going to make myself for lunch today, or what am I going to have for dinner, or do I have any healthy snacks that maybe I can have in a couple hours because I know I'm still going to be hungry or whatever. I thought about food all the time. And even if I tried to hide food, which I did every now and again, I had to like different little things like we used to have chocolate covered almonds in the house all the time. And I knew that if I had them where I could see them all the, like in the kitchen, or in the pantry, you open up the door and it's staring at me in the face right there like that, I'm going to have too many of them.
Your
So I,
environment.
in my food environment. So I would have to hide them from myself a little bit. But even when I hid it from myself, I knew where everything was hidden. I knew where the ice cream was. I would have ice cream, but I would try to put like frozen
Obstacles.
peas or something in front of it so I wouldn't be able to see it. But it didn't matter where I was in the house. I could tell you exactly where to find the ice cream and where it was hidden because I was thinking about it all the time. Like it was constantly calling me, making me want it. And even if I had some, I would just want more. It was just insatiable. My
Insatiable.
appetite. Thank you. My appetite was just horrible like that. And even taking 2.5 milligrams of Manjaro was a game changer. Some of my early videos I did in my office, which I call the anchor room. That's where I wrote my book, Anchor Moments, Hope, Healing, and Forgiveness was in my anchor room office. And that's where I did my first videos. And the first, gosh, like 6 or 8 weeks, I had a little container of strawberry Haagen-Dazs ice cream in the freezer. And I would start my video and I would share, I'd take my shot and share about any tips that I had learned that week and if I'd lost weight or not and any side effects I might have had or not. And then at some point, Jeff would burst into my office. He would burst in. He used to pretend like he was Kramer on Seinfeld. So sometimes he'd be wearing a costume. I never knew what he was going to be wearing, if he was going to wear something funny or have a silly prop, and he would have some goofy funny thing that he would say, but he also would bring that original container of strawberry Haagen-Dazs ice cream into my office, and then I would show you guys how much was left. Some weeks, I'd forget to even take a bite of it. I mean, it was like a pint of ice cream. It lasted me over 2 months, and that never would have happened before. That little pint of ice cream would have been lucky to last a week in the house. Now, I did tell Jeff he was not
Week.
allowed yeah.
Afternoon, 20 minutes tops.
It never lasted a week. So really, it would last a lot less than a week in my house. Now, I did tell Jeff he wasn't allowed to eat that strawberry ice cream, that was going to be mine. And that's not his favorite flavor anyway. So he could buy other ice creams if he wanted to, and he could eat other ice cream, but he was not allowed to touch my strawberry ice cream. And I wasn't interested in his ice creams because a lot of the ice creams he was doing, like Moose Tracks and stuff, they had too much candy and caramely stuff, which I used to love. But on Manjaro, it was like almost too sweet for me. So it didn't call me, it didn't bother me. And so Jeff would he would eat those ice creams, but he knew not to touch my strawberry ice cream. And it's the only ice cream in the house for me to eat. It took me over 2 months to eat that little container of ice cream. That's huge. And funny thing is, I would forget it was there. And then Jeff would burst in and say, and he would have some funny costume, and then he'd go, "Oh, wait, you forgot to get your ice cream." And I was like, "Ah, got ice cream. How much is left?" And then he'd bring it out and then he'd show everybody. Uh, but it was crazy. That is a huge life-changing difference, even at the 2.5 milligrams. Now, I didn't have a lot of stomach upset. I was so afraid. I was like, oh my gosh, what if it's like I have the flu every day? It was not that way for me. Now, it does happen that there are some people that it feels that way for them, but it usually doesn't last. Doesn't
Is that especially
last.
when they titrate up?
And but it can when you titrate up. Now listen, 2.5 milligrams was absolutely fine for me. The 3 weeks that I did a 2.5 milligram shot, I didn't throw up once. I didn't feel like throwing up once. I felt fine. And all food tasted fine to me, except the extra sugary candy ice creams. Um, Tasted a little bit too sweet to me, which nothing's ever been too sweet for me in my life until I started taking Mounjaro. But it seemed like a little too sweet for me. So then I ended up having to take it because I broke my shot by not taking off the cap first. um, I had to take my 5 milligram shot
So
that I had in the refrigerator.
milliliter.
Milliliter, I'm sorry, 5 milliliter shot that I had in the refrigerator because I did have the next box and I had to take it a week early. My body probably wasn't quite ready to take it a week early. I think I really needed the 4 weeks of 2.5. 5 milligrams that first week kicked my butt. And I will say this, the 3 weeks that I was on 2.5 milligrams, I had nothing in the house for stomach aches. I had no antacids. So I had no Tums in the house. I had no Pepto Bismol in the house. I didn't have anything for stomach aches because I had an iron stomach. I almost never had a stomach ache. Uh, and so I didn't have that stuff in the house. And Jeff has a strong stomach too. We didn't have any of that stuff in the house. We never had heartburn or any of those things. So we had none of those medications. And when I titrated up to 5 milligrams, which is double the dose,
Yeah, I
or
think you're right.
milliliters, is
No,
it
I think you're
it's
right.
milligrams.
It says both on here, but it's 0.5 milliliters is 15 milligrams.
Yeah, see, I'm on the 15 milligrams
Oops,
now.
sorry about that.
That's okay. So after I took the my 3 shots of the 2.5 and I bumped to 5 a week early, that
Mm.
5 is double the amount of medication. And it was a lot. It was a lot for me doing that a week early. And I did my second mistake, and that was being on 5 milligrams. I had shepherd's pie, which it's not like a pie like cherry pie or banana cream pie. Shepherd's pie is mashed potatoes is the top part. It's got a pie crust, a real pie crust like regular pie, and then it has red meat in it, and I don't know, and peas and carrots, and in kind of a nice little gravy with the mashed potatoes on top. And I ate it when I was pretty hungry, where I don't think I had had breakfast, and I mean I didn't have lunch, and I had that for dinner. And so I thought, well, I didn't have lunch. I could have a nice big amount of the shepherd's pie because I didn't have lunch today or whatever, and I'm kind of hungry, and I got plenty of calories available. And I had a really big piece of it, really big. I might even have had 2 pieces and had seconds. I don't know. But it was too much because it's very calorie dense. Delicious, but very calorie dense. And I discovered that I was going to get a Mounjaro spanking. And when I've only gotten a spanking 3 times. This is going to be my 105th shot today. I just completed 104 shots, where if you do the math, 52 weeks in a year, that's exactly 2 years worth of Mounjaro in my bloodstream. Uh, I've only thrown up 3 times. I've only had 3 Mounjaro spankings, but my first one was in week 4, when I took the 5 milligrams a week early because I broke my shot. And that the all 3 times that I've gotten a Mounjaro spanking doesn't happen right away. Doesn't happen 20 minutes after I've eaten something. Doesn't happen an hour after I eat something. It hits me in middle of the night because Mounjaro makes the food in your stomach. It takes it slower to digest, which helps keep you fuller longer. And that's one of the ways that Mounjaro works. But if you ate something way too calorie dense and you eat too much of it, it can sit and lay in your stomach. And I didn't even know it was laying in my stomach. When I went to bed that night, I didn't have a stomach ache. But I tell you what, I woke up in middle of the night and I had what they call gastric emptying. And that means it is emptying from both ends. And it emptied at both ends at the same time. It was horrible. I have not felt that horrifically sick in a very long time.
So
And I had nothing in the house to help with the stomach ache. Nothing.
it's a good idea to have like one of those little garbage cans you find in a bathroom with a liner in it, all ready to go for half of the equation.
For half of the equation,
Mm.
yes. Jeff quickly made one of those for me so I could go in both ends at the same time without making too much mess. It was terrible. So my first lesson I learned is I need to have something in my house that can help with a stomach ache, because there were a couple of times after that when I was still new to the medication and new to 5 milligrams, that if I started to feel just even a little iffy, if I took a couple of Tums, that usually do the trick for me. And if it didn't, what worked even better than Tums for me was Pepsid Complete.
So this is the Tums?
Yeah, and this is the Tums and acid. And so a lot of times that'll do the trick for me. But if it's really bad, Pepsid Complete, also Gas X can be really helpful too. So those are the ones that I keep at my house. Now, another thing that's really important is you might be taking a medication that will not allow you to take Tums. Tums has a lot of calcium in it. And I learned this from one of my viewers. She takes a medication that makes it so she cannot have Tums because she can't have the the type of calcium that's in Tums. She can't have it. It causes a problem with the other medication she takes. So one way to find out what over the counter things you can take that won't mess up any other medication you're taking is ask your pharmacist. They're great. They will give you that answer for free. Just go to the window on in any pharmacy department anywhere. They're at grocery stores, they're at drug stores, they're at Costco, Target, all kinds of places have pharmacies. Go to your pharmacist and show some of the things that you can buy at their store that's over the counter and say, hey, I have this disease or that disease. These are all the medications I'm taking. Can I take this or can I take this if I have a stomach ache? And they'll let you know because if they don't know it, they can look it up. And they went to college to know this stuff and to study this stuff. And they'll give you that answer for free and they're easy to find. You don't even have to make an appointment like you would with your doctor. So, anyway, important to know. And so I have averted, I don't take it very often. Like it's been months since I have taken a Tums or a Pepsid Complete or a Gasic. It's been months, but I have it available just in case I accidentally eat something that's too heavy. Another thing I wish I had learned, because it took me 2 more Mounjaro spankings to figure it out. My next 2 Mounjaro spankings had to do with alcohol. I'm not a big drinker, but I'm not morally against drinking. I just don't like to drink my calories. And so it's always been more of a calorie thing for me. So I only drink alcohol if I'm at a social gathering with friends who are also drinking alcohol. Usually those people are my family. So when my family comes to visit from out of state, they like to go out to dinner. And my parents are so kind and they always buy us dinner. And they let everybody buy cocktails if they want to have cocktails. And I love a good sugary cocktail. I'm a kind of a pina colada or lemon drop martini kind of gal. If I'm going to drink something, I want it to be extra
Sweet.
sweet and tasty. Well, I have discovered if I have one drink with my meal, I'm going to be okay. And if I feel a little iffy before I go to bed, I can just take a Gas X or a Tums or a Pepsid Complete and I'll be fine. No spankings, great. But if I have 2 alcoholic drinks with a fancy because I'm only going to have them if I'm eating out. So eating out at at a restaurant where I'm having calorie dense food and I throw 2 alcoholic drinks on it, even if there's hours between the first one and the second one, like I did in Vegas, there was hours between my 2 lemon drop
I thought
martinis.
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, I had 2 lemon drop martinis in Vegas. I have a video about that too, giving that as a warning to other people in Vegas that if they're on GLP-1, be careful because I used to be able to drink 2 drinks in a night and I wasn't going to have a hangover the next day. But whoo, I will have gastric emptying if I have 2 drinks in an evening with a calorie dense meal. I am guaranteed to wake up in the middle of the night and have it come out of both ends. So, and that's happened to me twice. But the second time I learned my lesson, and that has never happened to me again because now I know. And if I even had the slightest stomach ache because I ate something like shepherd's pie and had a couple bites too many, um, a Tums or a Pepsid Complete or a Gas X usually will take care of me. So, so that's some of my advice from lessons learned. And I did open up my thing here, so I'm gonna wipe off my belly here. What else did I learn? Wait here. Let me take off the gray cap.
Don't smack your co-star.
Co-star. That's right. Sorry, Jeff. And then I'm going to turn it from lock to unlock, and you just give it a little twist. Slow back here a little bit. So give a twist. I think I'm going to go 12 o'clock today.
Let's see if I can
Last
hear
week I
you.
did
Hear your clicks.
my arm, so it doesn't matter where on my stomach I go today. Always do at least 2 inches up from your belly button. So that way, because they're more fibrous right around your belly button, and that's why they say to go 2 inches away. Okay. And I'm going to push and hold.
2 clicks.
And there we go.
Did you hear them?
Yep, I did. Didn't hurt a bit. And you can see there's a little plunger thing at the bottom. So that's how I know it really did go in. I like to do it when I'm sitting down versus standing up if I'm doing my stomach or my legs. And that is because I have learned that if I'm standing up, I have more muscles engaged in my stomach, and my stomach is more firm, and my leg is more firm if I'm standing up with weight on my leg and I do it. And then I'll have a bubble of medicine sometimes doesn't go in and it stays on the outside, and I don't get 100% of my medicine to inject inside. But if I'm sitting down, my legs more relaxed and the medicine is more likely to be able to go into my fat and stay in my fat. Same with my stomach. That's the reason why I do it sitting down. But that's something I just learned. It's not in the little description thing that comes in the box of medicine. It's not in there, but I tell you what, that is advice from your sister Gina, your sister from another mister. It can make a difference, and it definitely makes a difference for me. Let's see, what else did I learn? I learned the importance of community. If you're starting on a new adventure, taking a GLP-1, either Wegovy, Ozempic, Mounjaro, or Zepbound, it's really important to have community. Now, not a lot of your friends or family, um, a lot of them might not be supportive that you're going to be trying a GLP-1. Not everybody is supportive with that. And it'll surprise you sometimes who is not supportive with that. But guess what? That cool thing about YouTube is YouTube sends you videos that it thinks you are going to like. And if you will find videos, either my channel or somebody else's channel, or a few of us. I watch a bunch of different YouTubers that are on a GLP-1 journey, as well as having my own channel. You don't even have to go live and have your own channel if you don't want to, but it's great to find somebody that you enjoy listening to, that you would enjoy popping on a live, especially those of us who do lives, because we have a great community here. And everybody in our community, we're on a healthy lifestyle journey. So we're in here for each other. So every week I come on Mondays and I do a live on Monday evenings. And I'm on a healthy lifestyle journey, trying to lose weight and trying to control my type 2 diabetes. And my husband, Jeff, are you taking a GLP-1? No.
Nope.
Are you trying to lose weight?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're a couple where one of us is getting the help of a tool of a GLP-1 and the other one's not, but we're both exercising together. We're both trying to eat healthier foods. We're both trying really hard to have a healthy lifestyle together. And so we are here for you if you're on a GLP-1 or not. Maybe you just want a friendly face to see each week and be able to write in the comments if you had any wins this week because we love it to share everybody's wins. And so,
There's a lot of comments in there.
oh, yeah.
Some conversations going on.
Yeah. Yeah. So in the comments right now, even people are having conversations with each other while I'm doing this live. And they do that every week. And you know what? I love it. I love it because this has been a very wonderful community. Now, I will tell you, I learned another lesson when I did my 99th live video. Sometimes trolls can come. In 98 weeks, I had 0 trolls. Every person who came and wrote comments in the comment section were super sweet. And they were all just kind and they were cheering each other on and congratulating each other for each other's wins and congratulating me if I had a win that week and just very supportive. But that 99th week, I had 2 or 3 showed up at the same time, trolls. And we didn't really know for sure how to deal with it. And I don't see very well. That's why I have just reader cheaters. And and even when I put these on, oh yeah, actually it does make a big difference. Now I can see who my people are. I got Chucky here too. Yay! Chucky from the UK. Woohoo! And it's after midnight where he's at. So glad that he's joined us. So many wonderful people are here in the chat. But if I don't have my glasses on, it's hard for me to read what you're saying until about halfway through the video. I go through all the chat and share what everybody's saying. But oh my gosh, I had a lot of trolls that are 3 trolls, but very, very, very active trolls that 99th week. And fortunately, one of our, I think it was probably Barb, Health at Any Cost, because we even have the same phone number. She has been a guest on my show a few times. I went out to Orlando and I got to meet her at her house. Jeff and I have a van and a second YouTube channel called Anchor Moments RV, and she was able to let us sleep in her driveway in our van RV, and we've done videos with her, and she has my phone number. And I think she called Jeff and said, oh my gosh, Jeff, there are some trolls happening right now, and you got to be careful because Gina might accidentally put the, because I always put the comments across the screen, and she said she might accidentally put one of those on there. You need to delete those. And
So I came and told you,
yeah.
and then I went back,
Yeah,
and then you displayed them.
did display one. Oh my gosh, by accident that I didn't see. I was doing all the good ones, and someone was willing to spend all of their life savings to be my toilet. Good grief. That was the comment they put up. Just weird stuff. Weird stuff. All kinds of weird stuff. And Jeff made Barb a moderator, and Grant Campbell, who's been a guest on my show a few times and is a good friend now, he became a moderator that night, as well as Mayor Mindy. So I have 3 moderators on my channel now who show up anyway for my lives that are part of our Anchor Moment community, some of my favorite shipmates. And so now I don't have to worry about that. We always have a safe place. And if there's a troll, they make them walk the plank. And they kick them off and get their stuff deleted so we don't have to worry about that.
Thanks.
Yes, so thanks. So that is my advice. If anyone is out there and has not started a YouTube channel, and if they've decided that maybe they want to do that, it's really good to have a good friend who's not sitting next to you during the live, but who's at their house watching your live, to be able to give them permission to to be on your live in the chat area and be able to delete people and block any trolls. So I do highly, and that was something I didn't learn until 99 weeks in, that
Can
that'd
you
be a good
imagine?
thing to do. Oh, oh my gosh. What else did I learn? I have learned from a lot of you great ideas of different snacks to have and good meal ideas that are high in protein. I've learned that it's really important that we eat enough protein and that we drink plenty of water because GLP-1s can dehydrate you a little bit. So it's extra important to have that water, and it can be a constipation issue if you're not drinking enough water. So you have to drink more water than what you would normally drink if you were not on a GLP-1. So that's important. I also learned if you're drinking a ton of water, sometimes that can wash out your electrolytes. So if you feel like you're starting to get a headache from drinking too much water or whatever, take a little bit of an electrolyte. There are lots of them out there. Jeff and I, we like to shop at Costco, and so I do liquid IV,
I
and it comes in a little powder thing. And I don't even do a full one a day, but I'll do about a third of a packet because I don't want to have too much salt either, because then that can increase your blood pressure. Everything is a little bit's good, too much is terrible. So you wouldn't want to do an electrolyte every drink you're drinking, like drinking Gatorade all day long, even if it was sugar-free Gatorade. That's too much salt and that's going to be too much sodium for you. But sometimes a little bit of an
need
electric,
some.
a little bit is good. Just like, or even with water, uh, no one needs to drink more than a gallon of water a day. That's 128 ounces. If you're drinking 5 gallons of water a day, you're going to wash all the minerals and stuff out of your body.
That
And
could be more
that can
harmful.
be harmful. So everything, like too much of anything is terrible, but too little can be terrible too. So it's finding that right balance. Another thing I learned, I wish I knew before I started my GLP-1 journey. I did not understand all the benefits of my health insurance. I did not know until after a year and a half of the same health insurance that I had unlimited visits with a registered dietitian. Nobody told me. I didn't know that. I didn't know it until I had heard from some other people that they'd had tried doing a DEXA scan to see what their fat and muscle and bone density is in their body to kind of get an idea of that. And they were doing resting metabolism. And I asked, well, how do you find out what your resting metabolism is and where do you get a DEXA scan? And different people told me in our Anchor Moments community that they found out this important information through a registered dietitian. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, I don't know how much it is to see a registered dietitian, but I do know with my insurance, I want to see someone who's on my plan and not out of network because that'll cost me more. And when I was looking up to see who was in network for me, that's when I found Maya at Southwest Dietitian Group. And they are just in the next town over. So it's like a 15-minute drive for me. That's it. And free, 100% free on my health insurance. And I've had Maya as a guest on my show twice. She's wonderful. So if you want to check some really good videos, the 2 weeks that I had Maya on, she's fantastic. And I have another registered dietitian that I see there named Taylor, and Taylor is going to do a live with me Wednesday, um 3:30 Arizona time, which is 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern, and not quite as late at night for Chalky and my friends in the UK. So anyway, check. And Maya told me, Maya actually owns Southwest Dietitian Group as well as being a registered dietitian. And she told me when she started that group, She wanted to do something to help people who had health insurance to be able to see a dietitian for free. So 95% of her clients have different health insurances, but they get to see her for free. And it's really helpful to
They
have
do telehealth too.
yeah, and they do telehealth too. So I just putting that plug out there for her because I love her and her group. But check your health insurance and see if there's a registered dietitian in your area that you can see for free or for low cost, because it's really nice to have someone who you can talk about, this is all the medications I take, these are all the diseases that are in my body or not, and this is what I like to normally eat during the day. What can I do to tweak my food intake to make it healthier and to help me not have as many stalls on my weight loss journey, and to do all of it healthy? And they'll be able to do that individual to you. It's really awesome. So that was something I didn't know in the beginning that I wish I knew, because I would have done that from the beginning. I also wish that I would have taken my measurements on the first day of my shot. I did not. And I didn't take, well, I guess I took a picture because there's the picture on the thumbnail of me giving myself my shot, but I do have a before and after picture. How do I put it on? Can you put it on for
Yes,
me?
I can. That's not it. There you go.
There you go. Uh, this is a before and after picture. This is still a few weeks ago. So I started lifting weights, which I didn't know as well for the weight training. I started doing that this last October. So I was over a year and a half in before I started weight training. But I discovered through Planet Fitness that they have a free personal trainer will show you how to use all their weightlifting equipment. Who knew? I didn't know that. Most places, if you use a personal trainer, you've got to pay them a lot of money to show you around and to train with you. But Planet Fitness has that available, that they can show you how to do everything, all the machines and things, and you can have different visits with them. And I did that in October, and that's been really making a difference too. But here is one of my before and afters. I'm wearing the exact same dress, even though it looks a little bit darker. It's just, I don't know,
Lighting.
lighting. I actually wore this dress on the right side. I am at my daughter's wedding on October 17th of 2020. And on the right side, on the left side, that is me just a few weeks ago, 10, 11 weeks ago. That was me 11 weeks ago in the exact same dress. And years later, you'd think I'd look better when I was younger, but I'm looking better now that I'm older and I'm getting a lot of that excess weight off. So I would have been so cool before I took my first shot if I would have been able to see this picture and know that number one, I'm going to be okay. And number two, it's going to make a difference. There you go. Another thing I wish I knew is a few times along my journey, I have found other people that have been on a weight loss journey for as long as me, but they've lost twice as much weight as me, that they lost it at least twice as fast
But
as me.
everybody is different, Gina.
Yeah,
And every body is different.
exactly. That's what our friend Mayor Mindy always says. And yeah, it's real important not to
Com-
take too much stock in comparing yourself to someone else.
Right.
It's natural to kind of wonder, hey, I wonder um what someone else how someone else is doing who's around the same point in their journey, taking the same GLP-1 as you. And you can look and see to get some ideas, but don't kick yourself. Don't kick yourself. we're all a little bit different along this journey, and you don't know what's going on in their life for them to be where they're at. I can tell you what really inspired me to finally take that first shot and get started was my dad. My dad has had type 2 diabetes like me, and he had it for over 20 years. He'd taken lots of different medications for type 2 diabetes. And he had battled obesity since he was a child. I actually have an interview with him. He's a pretty funny guy. He's a pretty funny Italian guy. Anyway, um, when he went on Manjaro, he lost 10 pounds a month. His first 5 months, he lost 50 pounds in 5 months. When my doctor first told me about Mounjaro, he said, Gina, there are people in the studies of this medication before it came out that had type 2 diabetes who lost 50 pounds. And I was like, wow, 50 pounds. I didn't think I was ever going to be able to lose 50 pounds and keep 50 pounds off. And so that was my big goal in my head. And then a little while later, because the medicine, when my doctor first told me about it, the medicine had just come out. I wasn't able to take it because I checked my insurance and it would cost me $1,400 a month. That first year that it came out, my insurance was not going to cover it. And so I didn't take it. But my dad's insurance helped him with the cost. He still had to pay something, but it helped him with the cost. And my dad did take it that first year, and he lost 50 pounds in 5 months. And it really stuck with me because that's what Dr. Gannon was telling me. I could lose 50 pounds possibly if I took this medication. Another thing I wish I could have told my younger self is I would have told her, when your insurance says they're not going to accept a medication, keep asking. Keep asking because they change their mind. And I discovered that a year later. And so when Jeff had his bladder cancer surgery on January 3rd of 2024, we were having to deal with a lot of doctor's bills because it was his second surgery, but it was successful. So thank goodness he no longer has bladder cancer. God willing, it never comes back. But um, after having that second surgery, there was all kinds of bills flying in. And so we got to use somebody who helps you navigate your hospital bills. And that gal's name was Sarah, who assisted us with that. And she was doing such a good job. I asked her, hey, Sarah, while you're looking up stuff here for Jeff, can you check for me and see if our insurance still doesn't take Manjaro? And she checked and it changed. My insurance did take Manjaro and was only going to charge me $70 a month. That's a big difference from $1,400, only 70. And then another tip that's so important, a bunch of medications that you're on, check the website of the company that makes your
The
medications
coupons?
because they have coupons. A lot of drug companies have coupons. And when I went to Eli Lilly's website for Manjaro, I applied for a coupon. And that $70 that I would pay each month turned into $25 using the Eli Lilly coupon. So definitely check that, not just for Manjaro, Zepbound, Wegovy, Ozempic, any medication you're on, check and see because it can be a big difference. So check and see if there is a coupon available for your medications. But anyway, so I checked and sure enough, I was able to do it. So I took my first shot on January 10th of 2024. And today is January 12th of 2026. It's been 2 years and I did lose 50 pounds. And that was my big goal was to lose 50 pounds. But it took me over a year and a half to lose 50 pounds, where it took my dad only 5 months. However, there's a difference. So when I interviewed my dad and I went and visited my dad in Georgia this last year, traveling in an RV, and we did the uh, video with him where I interviewed him. When he did his first 5 months, he wasn't hungry. He wasn't hungry at all. He had to actually remember to eat. And he wasn't eating very many calories every day. And he did lose his weight really fast, but it was very different than my experience. I still have hunger, but my hunger's in check. My hunger is at natural dinner times. I'm ready to eat something. I get full faster. I get full like a normal person. Um, I might not finish all the food on my plate, and that's okay. And that's new and different to me because I used to be part of the clean plate club. I would eat everything on my plate. And
And
then
I
maybe 1 seconds.
and I'm not required to finish it for you.
That's something we had to learn too, that Jeff is no longer my garbage disposal. So if I
I
am
have other
full,
jobs.
he has other jobs, but he doesn't have to eat what I don't finish. I can put my little bit of leftovers in the refrigerator, or if it's already was leftovers and heated up once or whatever, I can throw out that last little bit. I don't have to clean my plate. I know that sounds silly, like, "Oh, she's an adult. Of course she knows that." No. Uh,
If it drummed into you since you've been a little kid, you
yeah.
have to change your mindset.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
that was a hard mindset. That's the hardest for me. So I've kind of learned to try to take smaller amounts from the beginning because I don't like throwing away food.
Right.
I have a big thing where it's really hard for me to waste food. That's why the the chapter 12 in our weight loss book club of food intelligence was a really hard chapter for me because it talked about a lot of food waste and in that and it was hard for me to hear that, especially when there's so many people even in our country who are food insecure, that the amount of food that gets placed in our landfill versus being donated to a food bank where we could get it to people who need it. So anyway, still kind of a hard chapter for me. But what I've learned to help myself with that is to take a smaller portion to begin with. And if I take a smaller portion, if I'm still a little hungry after it, I could always get a little more. But to try not to put too much on my plate because I don't have to finish it. And I may just have to throw it away. And if I have to throw it away,
It's
I'll
okay.
throw it away. It's okay. It's okay. So that was another lesson learned in this 2 year journey. Um, a fun lesson that I learned after 35 years of begging my husband to go on a cruise with me. I wish I knew on the day that I was so scared, giving myself my shot for the first time. If I would have known then, if Gina of the future could have come down and said, "Hey, guess what? If you just hang on in a year and a half, you're going to get your husband Jeff to go on a cruise with you, and he's going to have a blast, and you're going to meet a whole bunch of other people who are trying to have a healthy lifestyle journey and that are on GLP-1s." Oh
You
my
didn't get me to
gosh,
go on the cruise with you.
I didn't. It was Mayor Mindy.
It was Mindy.
He talked him into it. Thank you, Mayor Mindy. I wish I knew before putting that first injection in what incredible life transforming friends I was going to make on this journey, like Mayor Mindy, who was able to help me talk Jeff into going on a cruise with the Downsized, which is another YouTube channel. And Lorraine and Christopher are having a second cruise. It's going to be June 4th through 8th of 2026. We're going to be leaving out of Miami and going to the Bahamas. And Jeff, do you want to go with me?
Yes.
because he had a blast and he had no idea he'd have fun on a cruise. He always thought he'd hate it, and he loved it. We had a wonderful time, and it was so much fun meeting all the people in the chat that were able to go and be able to see them in person and give hugs in person, and it was just really a lot of fun. So if anyone's interested in doing that, just go to thedownsize.org, and there's a spot there where you can click on to go on the cruise with us, which will be really fun. Which will be really fun. And I'm trying to think anything else. I
Wow.
think I think those are the big things.
I think you should go to
And
the comments now.
yeah, I'm gonna go in the
The chat.
comments right now in the chat and see what my shipmates are up to and what their thoughts are. And a lot of them have been here with me. I know Robin Lockwood, gosh, she's been my sideline sister from very close to the beginning too. I think she is pretty close to her 2-year anniversary as well. Hey, and Robin's the first comment tonight, and she said since March 2024. Yeah, she's just 1 month, 2 months behind me. That's it. Zepbound 2.5 to 15 milligrams, lost 87 pounds. Woohoo! Started at 230 and now 143. I am so proud of you, Robin. That is fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. And hey, we got Chalky here. And Chalky says, 2 years. Wow. If I remember rightly, you started about a month before me. You know, that may be true, Chalky, because every now and again, Chalky can find us. Chalky is in the UK. So when I come on live on Monday nights, it's late. When it's 5:30 Arizona time, it's after midnight in the UK. It's 12:30 in the morning in the UK, and right there in the middle of the night. But every now and again, Chalky gets insomnia, and he'll go walk his dog, and then he'll catch my live. And he's got a great sense of humor too. So we're always so excited when Chalky shows up. And when I do my weight loss book clubs, I do those on Sunday afternoons. So that way, my friends in Australia and the UK, like Kay from Australia, they can pop on at a normal time during the, it's still kind of, in the evening for them, but not bad. It's more like 8:30 at the night in the UK when I do my weight loss book club lives. And Chalky says, honestly, I hope that Mounjaro would make me rich, thin, and handsome. But I settled for stopping me running to the loo 10 times a night with diabetes. Happy 2-year anniversary, Lady G from England. See, I told you, he's hilarious. I love Chalky. Aw. And yeah, January 10th, 2024 was my very first shot. Hey, we got Denise in the house, and she says, I started semaglutide August 16th, 2024, and I was so sick the whole time. Oh, poop. I switched to Zepbound for a month, December 7th, $650, and then went to a compound. And hopefully, not only was the compound less money, but I hope it made sure that you weren't sick anymore. I've heard that there are some people who get sick on semaglutide and they don't on Mounjaro for whatever reason. They take tirzepatide, either compound or Mounjaro or Zepbound. Hey, we got Cindy, Taz the Bulldog's mom in the house. And she's been with me almost since the very beginning, too. And Laura Miller's here, started August 24th, 2025 on Mounjaro, down 30 pounds so
Great.
far. That's great, Laura. Hey, and here's my buddy Barb, who's been with me since my very first shot. And she's turned into being truly my big sister from another mister. I love Barb. And Barb says, I wrote this tonight. Perfect timing. As of today, January 12th, 2026, I have been on GLP-1s 3 years, 5 months, and 15 days. Wow. On Manjaro, 2 years, 3 months, and 30 days. 15 milligrams for 2 years and 2 months, 27 days. And maintenance for 11 months and 11 days. It's 11/11 today on that.
You need to
Yay.
have a
So,
spreadsheet, Gina.
yeah, so on maintenance for 11 months and 11 days. 11's my favorite number, Barb. So I
That's my
think
mom.
that's really cool. And it was my favorite number because it was Jeff's mom's favorite number. And we love her to pieces. Whenever it's 11/11, we always look up to heaven and say hi to her. Very cool. Thank you for sharing, Barb. And yes, Chucky he's hilarious. Barb thinks so too. And happy anniversary, Gina friend. Aw, thanks, Barb. Hey, we got Juanita in the house, and she says, "Hello, everyone. I'm on Mounjaro for type 2 diabetes. I started taking it on March 28th, 2025. Wow, she's lost 62 pounds already, you guys, in less than a year. That's
That's
fantastic,
great.
Juanita." And Barb says, "Everyone is doing so great. Congrats to Laura and to Juanita." And Barb also has type 2 diabetes and she's in remission. Her A1C was 9.0 in 2022 and now it's 5.1 and it's been under 5.3 for over 18 months. That's fantastic, Barb. And my A1C now is 5.4. And when I was first diagnosed, and wearing that blue dress, can you make that blue dress go on? That
Say
right
that
there.
again?
Uh-huh. I had just been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes for 4 days. That picture was taken on October 17th of 2020, and my type 2 diabetes diagnosis was October 13th of 2020, just 4 days before my daughter's wedding. And my A1C was 10.2, you guys. That was in they call that the suicide range because you're more likely to lose your kidneys and lose limbs and things uh, if your A1C blood sugar is that out of control. And mine was horrific. I went from not being diabetic to woo, super diabetic. So 5.4 has been really good for me. And oh my gosh, Barb, 5.1, that is amazing. That is as healthy as can be. Hey, we got Grant in the house. Yay! Our buddy Grant keeping us all safe too by being a moderator. And Cindy, 2 years on Zepbound, down 125 pounds.
That's
I
great.
am so proud of you, Cindy. That is great. And Cindy just got married too in December, right around Christmas time. How cool is that to get in your wedding dress and be 125 pounds less? I bet you looked amazing. Oh, and Barb's asking
Wait,
if
did you say
Grant is
that
still
was?
shopping. Yeah,
Okay,
that she was down
sorry.
125, which is just so fantastic. Oh, and that's when I didn't have sound and then we went on. Hey, aw, and everyone's thanking each other. And they'll also let me know I was muted the first couple of seconds, first couple of minutes.
My
Oh my
fault.
gosh. Yeah. Oops, a doodle. And yeah, Grant's helping us, but he's doing it. He's a moderator on the run. That's right, Barb. Oh my goodness. And Grant says, we'll have been on Manjaro for 1 year as of, wow, so January 19th, it'll be a year for Grant. And Grant's lost over 70 pounds. I don't know his exact number yet, but I know it's over 70 pounds lost, which is amazing. Yay. And everyone's saying hi to each other. Because we have just the funnest community. Oh, yeah. And if you guys, if you could hit like, I really appreciate that. You wouldn't believe what a difference it makes, but it makes a huge difference. That's why YouTubers always say, please hit like and subscribe, because it makes a difference. We can do a video and almost nobody will see it if there's not likes, or someone willing to subscribe or write a comment.
So thank you if you did already.
Yeah, so if you have already, thank you so much. And if you can like this video too, that really does make a big difference. And we'll really appreciate it. So we can get the word out there and grow our shipmate community. Aw, and Justin Field says this is inspiring. Oh, thanks, Justin. Hey, we got Mounjaro Journey with Pam in the house too. And Pam has lost over 160 pounds. She's been a guest on my show a few times now. And she did skin removal surgery. She has a fantastic YouTube channel called Mounjaro Journey with Pam. And you can check out her playlist on skin removal surgery if that sounds interesting to you. And she has other playlists too, of course. And so does Barb, Health at Any Cost. She also has a YouTube channel, and Barb has lost what, 280 pounds, something like that. It's a lot. And she has an amazing channel. And Barb has a Substack, and she's an incredible writer. I'm waiting for her to finish. She's writing her memoirs. It's going to be an amazing book when she's finished. She's an incredible writer. And when she is done with her book, from launch day, we will start doing a book club with her, with our weight loss book club, and we'll read a chapter of her book every week. I'm really looking forward to her getting it done. And let's see, and then Justin, yep. Okay. And everyone's saying hi to each other. We just love each other. Pammy in pajamas. And Pam says, I don't like pricking my finger either. But the GLP-1 pens are much less painful. They really are, you guys. So anyone who's had to prick your finger and go, oh my gosh, that hurts. I can't imagine pricking my stomach. It's easier in the stomach. Can't feel it. It's amazing. And everyone's saying hi to each other. Yeah, fingers suck. Ugh. Yep. Thank God for CGMs. Those are,
Continuous glucose monitor.
thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome.
Like Freestyle Libre. And that's,
I got milliliters wrong, but I remember that one.
You remember the CGMs, and they're nice because you put it on once and then it's a little disc that stays stuck to your arm for 2 weeks, and it monitors your blood sugar 24 hours a day. You never miss a reading. It's pretty awesome. And it really doesn't hurt putting that in, but pricking your finger hurts every time. And Barb says, I never let mine warm up. Fridge to thigh. Bang. Oh, and everyone's saying hi to each other too. And Grant says, I don't have mine warm up anymore either. I'll forget it. It really isn't that bad. Even cold, it's just a little sting, and it's brief, just a but if you don't even want that, I'm telling you, I like taking mine out of the fridge. I put it next to the computer, and then about an hour into the video is when I usually give it to myself. No?
Sometimes you forget.
And sometimes, every now and again, I forget, and I have to do it after the show. But I usually need Robin. Lockwood usually reminds me. It's always good to have Robin on the video to remind me to do that. And Pam says, I'm so glad the pens don't hurt like the finger pricks. Oh my gosh, me too. And we got Denise in the house. And Denise says, I draw my shot up right out of the refrigerator and it doesn't hurt. It's really not bad, you guys. Not bad at all. Hey, we got Journey of Life, Angie in the house. Hello, Gina and Jeff, and hello, everyone in the chat box. And Pam says, I inject right after taking it out of the fridge too. And I'm actually okay with feeling a little prick from the pen since it's not that bad for me. It really isn't that bad. I mean, you just feel just a teeny. But if you want to feel zero, nothing, nada, do it at room temp.
So if it's cold, at least you'll know you took it.
That's true. And then you know that it did go inside. That is true. And Pam says, my shot day has been Fridays, and I totally forgot to take it before we drive out of town for the weekend. So I did the shot this morning, but I want to get back to Fridays. Yep, pick a good day for you. Journey of Life says, Pammy, I move mine from Mondays to Fridays, and she's laughing. Sometimes people who, if they do have just a little bit of nausea, they like to do it. So they take the shot on the weekends. And for me, it just works for me. Mounjaro rhymes with Monday, or they both start with an M. Mounjaro Monday.
Alliteration.
The alliteration keeps me on track, so that's why I do Mondays. And Angie says, I slowly moved it though, one day at a time every week. So it stayed within a 24-hour mark. That's really smart. Everyone's saying hi to Angie.
That's a good tip.
And Barb says, I've had to change my days so frequently. I just give a vague idea of when to take it unless I write it in my planner, which I keep next to me. Yeah, putting in a planner is a good idea. And Angie says, hey there, beautiful Barb. I just got done watching Megan's channel and saw your pic with your baby boy. How are you doing today? And Barb says, I wish I had $1 for every person who said they laid awake all night waiting to see if they were going to die or not. Oh, yeah, because they were worried, because you're so scared the first time you take it. And Megan's video was really good. Her videos are always good. And Pam says, oh, yes, I've done that. Moving it slowly, like you said, Journey of Life, or I may take one of my 5 milligram pens this Friday since I moved back up to 7.5 weeks ago. And Pam is in maintenance too, just like Barb, with her 160 pounds down and her skin removed from her tummy. She's just looking fabulous. And Angie says, they're all good. She's doing amazing. And Pam says, oh, just do like I should do, move a day each week. Yep. And
Good.
Barb says, I've had so many surgeries and tests this year, last year. She really has. And if anyone, all my praying people out there, Barb has been battling cancer, not because she's taken Mounjaro, but cancer anyway. And so prayers are always appreciated for Miss Barb because we love her. We want her to get all healthy in every area of her life. And Angie says, yes, you are, Barb, because you are a fighter. Yes, she is a fighter. Absolutely. And Pam says, Barb, me too. My shot day has changed so many times too with different surgeries and things. And Angie says, Pammy, whatever works, as long as you're not getting nauseous. Yep. Barb says, I'm thinking the longer we're on the shot, life requires us to move it for a variety of reasons. Not talking because of holidays or stuff. Yeah. With just different life events. And Journey of Life says, until they find a real cure, we're all in that boat together for life, it seems. I know it. Hey, you guys, Jeff, is it February 2nd?
Yes.
Is going to be Jeff's uh, 2-year visit with his urologist. And if he gets a clean
Cystoscopy.
cystoscopy, then he gets to go on every 6 months getting cancer checks instead of every 3 months. So if you can throw in some prayers for Jeff too, because so far it's been 2 years for him because January 3rd was his 2-year anniversary of having his surgery, his successful surgery. And his next doctor's visit is February 2nd. So if that one is clean, we are good for every 6 months. And Barb says, I remember that first pint lasting so long and shocking you. Yep. Yeah, that ice cream pint. It took me forever to eat it. It was so weird. And Grant says, I hadn't mentioned this one yet. Over this first holiday season on Mounjaro, I only gained half a pound and I've already lost it.
That's
Yay!
great.
That's huge. I used to gain 7 to 10 pounds from Halloween to January 1st every year. And that didn't happen to me this year, which was great. I just kept off the 50 pounds I've lost. And Barb says, indeed, Angie, fantastic lifeboat to be in with each other. And Angie says, it's crazy how obesity has existed since I don't know when, the 1800s. And just now in 2021, it starts coming about. They finally start doing something to help this disease. And Barb says, obesity's been around a whole lot longer, even way before Henry VIII. Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am. Yep. And Journey of Life says, whoa, Grant, that's definitely a win. Absolutely. And Barb says, and GLP-1s were born in 2005. And it was Gila monster venom that for the win on figuring out that how a GLP-1 can help us.
Thank you, scientists and
Yes.
researchers and doctors.
Absolutely. And Pam says, I ran into a doctor on my walk at the coast. He said he works with hearts and with
Patients
diabetes
with diabetes.
and was talking about how there were usually only one obese person at school or on the beach until
70s.
after maybe 2000. And Angie says, Barb, yep, exactly my point. It's been that long, and just now it became popular enough to help this disease. I mean, I didn't hear of it until 2024 and started 2025 because I was feeding my baby at the time. And Barb says 5 milligrams, not milliliter, going from 2.5 to 5, often challenging because it's doubling of the dose. No other dose goes up, going up does that. Yeah, that was the only time that was an issue for me. When I went from even from 5 to 7.5, it was easy peasy. And I'm on 15 milligrams now, and it's fine. No issues, no issues whatsoever. I just have to always stay ahead of constipation, but I've had to do that my whole life, so that's really not that new. And Manjaro Journey with Pam says, and was talking about how corn seed was changed to be really sweet. Monsanto Seed Company changed their seeds to produce sweet corn, and we know there were other things. Probably. And yep, feeding babies. And Angie says, yep, Pammy, I was that one child in my school for sure, made fun of and all
My
that
life
craziness. I'm sorry, Angie. And Pam says, I wish this could have been out sooner. I remember how exciting we were in the 90s for that pull that made the fat come out of the foods and into the toilet.
Oh, it's Alestra.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you're talking
About
about?
the Alestra. I remember when they tried to put that in potato chips, but it had anal leakage. It's
Yeah.
one of the side effects.
I think that's what you're talking about.
Barb says, yeah. And I both had RNY gastric bypass in 2001 trying to cure this disease. Pam says, ugh, I'm sorry, Journey of Life. I was the larger of the cheerleaders, but was probably 20 pounds more than the others. Always had the lower belly bulge, Pam says. And Barb says, I was last 125, what I am now. When I was 9 in 1970. Oh my gosh, Barb. And Angie says, you guys had a taste of what it felt like to be smaller. That's a blessing. I could only dream, wish, and pray to know what it felt like to be the smaller girl. Well, I'm almost 40, and now I know 136. Wow, Angie, congratulations. And 136, that is fantastic. Right now, for me, I'm hoping that I'm going to be like Oprah. And Oprah, by the way, you guys, has a new book out called Enough.
I hold it up, but we don't have it
We
yet.
don't have it yet. We've ordered it. I did get weight loss in. This is going to be the next book we're going to do with our weight loss book club in 2 weeks. We'll do one chapter a week. And when we're done with this one, we're going to do Oprah's book, Enough. And Oprah, I saw her do an interview yesterday, and she was always over 200 pounds, and she'd try so hard. She did so many things where she'd lose weight for just a smidge, and then it would always, she would always gain it back, and she'd be over 200. And right now, she's 155 pounds. And I'm curious how tall Oprah is because that actually is my goal weight. I want to be 154. My highest weight was 254, and I started my shot at 246. And I've lost 50 pounds since my shots to bring me to 196. Though my weight fluctuates 2 or 3 pounds up or down. But anyway, but that's my big stretch goal. As I think if I could hit 154 and be 100 down for my highest, that would be really huge for me. But right now, I'm just so happy that I even lost 50 pounds. That was my goal from the beginning. Was I was told that I could lose 50 pounds. My dad had lost 50 pounds. He's lost more than 50 pounds now, but at that point he was down 50 pounds 2 years ago. And I thought, wow, if I could lose 50 pounds, that'd be it. That'd be just the best. And that's where I'm at. So definitely happy with that. And Pam says, "Oh, and I had thicker thighs and thighs. I had a hard time being able to buy pants at regular stores. I was just a little thicker than their 12, 14." You know what? Me too. I had big thighs and a big round butt, and but still a small waist. So it was always so hard finding clothes that fit. It's so much nicer now that jeans are stretchy. They weren't stretchy back then, so they really had to fit. And it was junior sizes. I can't wait for you to experience Journey of Life. You deserve this so much, enjoying being in that beautiful thin body. And Barb says, I had a huge butt, tiny waist. I was made fun my whole life. It's gone now. Megan had a booty too, and hers is gone too. Our shapes have totally changed. And Grant says, wow, Angie, I'm almost 41 on 1 to 16, so close in age.
January 16th.
Oh, January 16th is when you, oh, so it's almost Grant's birthday. Happy
Happy
early
birthday coming
birthday,
up.
Grant. And Angie says, I still have the belly that doesn't want to go anywhere, but it could be, what do you think that is?
I do not know.
I just recently learned of that. I've had 3 C-sections and a few surgeries in my abdomen. Oh, so it might be an abdomen issue. Yeah, and I had 2 C-sections, so I hear you, but I only had the 2 kids, so, 2 C-sections, 2 babies. Pam says, "But even though I was the thickest cheerleader, I was the only one who did the splits for 2.5 years. I was a cheerleader in 7th grade, and I was the only one who could do the splits. But then in 8th grade, another a school closed that was a K-8 school, and so they had to go to our junior high, and those cheerleaders, they were really good. They could do like crazy backflips and stuff. And so I didn't make it in 8th grade, but I was a cheerleader in 7th grade at my school. Oh goodness, it was fun. Good times. Journey of life. Grant, we're the last of the good generation that lived without the internet in every palm. Yep. And Barb says, Angie, I had
Diastasis recti. I don't know what that is though.
until Mounjaro. Now
I
my
think I
body
got it in
has
my
closed
palm.
it. Bellies are usually the last thing to go. And Grant says, yep, that's true, Ange. And Pam says, my waist was smaller too, and I had um, a big booty too and thighs, I think is what she's saying. And Denise says, Barb, I finally have a normal size bottom now. Yay! I was pear shaped. I'm pear shaped too. D is whenever recti is a separation of the abdominal muscles. Oh, along the midline, often seen as a
Common.
bulge or pooch, common during and after pregnancy due to the stretching of the something alba connective tissue, but also affecting men and babies. Wow, I did not know that. See, I learn from you guys every day. And me too, Pam, says Denise. Pam says, I have a droopy pancake bottom now, but I'd rather have that. Yep, I hear you, than to be so overweight and all the illnesses we can get from being overweight. Yep, same here, Pam, says Barb. And Denise, same here. Yep, we're hearing it. And Barb says, who knew sitting on bones could hurt so bad? Yeah, I still haven't done that yet. Oh, goodness. We're sending some hugs. And Angie says, Barb, yes, I had the big booty, smaller waist, bigger bust, but it definitely wasn't in back then. You had to be an iron board. Yep, you're right, Barb. And Angie says, oh, and I got made fun of for my big lips and mustache. I was in third grade. Jeez. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, Ange. And Barb says, do we have to bring up boobs? It's just sad seeing me naked. Just sad. Just sad. Same here, Pam. I would have given anything to be smaller. And Barb says, yeah, we were 30 years pre J-Lo booties. Dang it. Yep. That's right, says Pam. Denise says, or the Kardashian look. Yep. Barb, it's not that sad. I wished I was flat back then. I wore double the bras. It was just so much work. Oh my gosh, to hold everything in. And Cindy said, too funny. I still have my J-Lo booty. Yeah, me too. Barb, you're so funny. You guys are. I love you guys. They're having a blast over here. Grant says, I'm realizing more than ever I'm outnumbered. But we love you, Grant. Gina and Jeff are going to get a kick out of our conversation. I am. I am really enjoying it, you guys. Grant, you're in a room with all your sisters. That's right. Barb says, hee hee, Grant, it's a good sign we trust you for us to talk about this with you here. That's right. So sorry, Grant. Hope your wife is still doing great. Yeah. How's Christy doing after her she had skin removal surgery, and Grant's wife lost over 140 pounds, and she didn't take a GLP-1. She did it like Jeff's trying to do it. Just the regular old fashioned way. Um, so hopefully she's doing good. And let's see. And Grant says, I do have Jeff here. That's right. What Barb said, you're a shipmate for life. That's right. Barb says, I was going to get more boob graphic, but moderated myself. I love the emoji she picked. Oh, gosh. Hey, and Chalky's a guy too. And he says, Jack is looking well. Yay. Oh, my gosh. Barb, and they're laughing. They are having a good time out here. Y'all are champs, guys. Yep, we love the guys in this group. Yeah, best YouTube community. That's right, 1,000%. Journey of Life says, why do we use the alcohol wipes if they never even told us to use them? I mean, my doctor never told me to do it like that. Wonder if the instructions on the pen say it. You know what? I'm not sure. I just know, whenever I get a shot, if I'm getting a flu shot or whatever, they always alcohol wipe you, and then they inject the needle. So I just do it for sanitary reasons to
So if
make
you have
sure I don't.
germs on the outside of your skin, which you could, have,
Yeah. But I will tell you, my dad doesn't. My dad only gives himself a shot in the stomach. He rotates around like a clock. So, every week he's going in a different area of his stomach. But he doesn't. When I saw him give him a shot, I was like, hey, wait, don't you want to wipe first? And he's like,
I
wipe?
just took a shower.
Yeah, he's like, I'm clean.
So
I took a
yeah.
shower today. Okay, but he's never had a problem with it. So I don't know. It's just something that I do. I just try to be on the side of caution, I guess. Oh, and Chalky's giving hugs. Hey, and Terry Lockin's in the house. Hey, Gina, Jeff, and all the shipmates from North Dakota. Awesome. And Denise says, Grant and Barb rescued you, Gina, from the trolls.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. Cindy says, I moderate several pages, and I have to tell you, Grant, you are right. This is by far the best community out of the 10 pages I moderate. Oh, thanks, Cindy. And Barb says, I do have non graphic naked pics on my Substack in my visit with the plastic surgeon with pics post. I show them to desensitize people to what saggy skin looks like. And we appreciate you, Barb, for doing that. And her writing is incredible too, you guys. Really should check out Health at Any Cost Substack. Journey of Life says 10 out of 10. I love this channel, especially the live streams. I'm always sad when I miss it, but thankful for the replays. And that is neat that there's replays too. And you know what? If you're catching this on replay, if you put a comment in the comment section, we'll still respond to it just as if you were on a live. So, it might not be instantaneously, but it'll be usually within a few hours or a day. And Barb says, I love that, Cindy. That is so encouraging. And Chalky says, maybe you could drive over to London in your RV, but I think we could find you guys a bedroom. You know what, Chalky? One day, Jeff and I have not been to Europe yet. I mean,
Probably not in an RV.
not in the RV for sure, but that is our dream at some point to be able to travel there as well. We're trying to hit the United States first and see if we can hit all the states in our van RV. But once we're done doing that, I definitely would like to go to Europe, and I would love to look you up. Also, I was talking to Barb today, and we are going to come up with a meetup in Central Florida when we go to Florida. I'm not exactly sure the date yet, but we did pick the restaurant. And it's a restaurant that we took Barb to. It's her favorite restaurant after she had a surgery a year ago. We scooped her up from her house and took her out to dinner, and then she let us stay at her. And we spent, I think, 3 nights in her driveway because we kept going to Universal Studios. And so we could go to Universal Studios during the day, and then we would
And Barb
sleep in
still
Barb's
let us
driveway
stay
at night
instead of going
to Disney.
Disney
Yeah.
World.
We're
Thanks,
Harry Potter fans. And we've done Disney World and Epcot and that,
Yeah.
but we hadn't gone to Universal Studios yet. So we wanted to hit those up. But anyway, we'll be back in Florida, and we would like to do a meetup for anybody in the Florida area. We'll let you know. It'll possibly will be in March of this year. So we'll be on the lookout for another live, and we'll tell you the exact day, the exact time, and everybody's welcome to come. And then one day, Chalky, we're going to go to London. And we would
Probably on an
love to
airplane.
visit. We would love to visit you. Yeah, we won't be driving there. We'll be flying there, but we would love to visit you. And anyone who of our fans that watch in the UK, you'll have to find a fun place for us to meet at, Chalky, and we'll meet at a restaurant or something. That would be really fun. Fun, fun, fun. And Black Squirrel says, I wish trolls would just go away. Why do they want to ruin it for everyone? I don't know. I think they're just kind of sad and miserable, and it just makes them happy if they can make somebody else sad and miserable, which is kind of sad. And Angie says, Barb, I'm embarrassed to say this, but how do I access Substack? Is it a website or something? That is a good question, Barb. I am a friend of her Substack, and I'd never done Substack before.
How did you find it?
I think I may have found it because Barb and I
Got a
can
link?
email each other because she's been a guest on my show, and I have to email her the link to click on for us to pull her on the screen as a guest.
Or maybe if Barb is still on watching, she can
Barb, yeah, I hope you're still
answer
on,
that.
Barb, and you can answer that. I wish I had the exact answer. I'd maybe try substack.com just for the heck of it and see if that does the trick, but I don't know. But I think I'd gotten an email from Barb about her Substack, and then I clicked on a
And is it
Substack
called
link.
Health at Any Cost?
Health at Any Cost
Okay.
is her name, just like her YouTube channel. Terry Locken says, went clothes shopping today, 56 weeks, 110 pounds down. Woo, woo. She is almost at goal. Congratulations, Terry. That's fantastic. And Barb says, Brr, it's a nippy 59 here in Orlando. Electric blankets.
I thought it said 39. It was
No.
59.
Yeah. Congratulations to Terry. Let me grab the URL for you, Angie. Oh, good. And just put it in here, Barb. I am A-okay with that, and I'll share it. Yep. Thanks, Chalky. And congratulate for the 2 years. And Journey of Life says, I get cold even in 70 degrees. And Terry says, hey, Barb, we're a balmy 43 here today.
South Dakota?
I think so. North. I think North Dakota. And Barb says, oh, here it is. Okay, here it is, guys. I'm going to leave it alone for a second. So if you're watching on replay, you can hit pause and write it down.
Health at any cost dot substack
.com.
You know what?
And
you
then,
probably would be able to get to all the posts
right.
from the
Right. So if you
main
just do
website.
that, if you just do health at any cost .substack.com, that'll take you to Barb's stuff. And
We think.
everything she writes about is fantastic. I mean, seriously, you guys, she is an incredible writer. She is a fantastic writer, and her stories bring tears to my eyes sometimes, and they can make me laugh too. She's really a great writer. But the visit to the plastic surgeon is the one where she shows all of the, because when you lose 280 pounds, that's a lot of skin, and she shows all the skin and everything. She is amazing, and if you'd like to support her Substack, there's a way to be able to give a monetary amount and you can see extra stuff. And it would help support her journey too, especially while she battles 2 different kinds of cancers. And Journey of Life says it's 53 here in LA. And Barb says, are you kidding, Terry? How did you get so warm? And she's thanking Grant. And Angie says, thank you, Barb. It opened. I'm so excited to read this. Oh, good. So maybe she was able to screenshot it or something. Great. And Mounjaro Journey with Pam says, I'm so cold. Now I find out my iron is lower, probably from after surgery. So I'm being better at taking the iron, but with all the insulation gone, I can't take this cold. Because she is at her maintenance weight now. And Journey of Life says, Terry Locken, congrats. That's a huge accomplishment. Yes, it is. And Terry says, just our January thaw we get for a couple of days every year. And Journey of Life says, Pam, it's been cold in California and we're finally out of the drought. Thank goodness. And that was plenty of water you guys got too. Wow. And Terry says, thank you, Journey of Life. And Journey of Life, California, and Pam, California, at some point, we are going to be driving through California, Oregon, and Washington, maybe this summer. Every time we think we're going to go, you guys have like major flooding and mudslides or
It's not
fires, all these fires and stuff too. I'm just so glad you guys are safe and you're doing well. And at some point we are driving to see you and maybe we'll do a meetup somewhere in California, close to where you guys are. That I think that would be really fun. And Elizabeth says, we have the same anniversary, Gina. Oh my gosh. I'm down 67 pounds now, and I'm not stopping. Me either. Slow responder, but still losing. Absolutely. Me too. Congratulations. Thanks, Elizabeth. Wow, 67. That's fantastic. And Chalky says it was 123. Oh my goodness, in the morning. But you're worth it. Aw, thanks, Chalky. That means a lot to me. You just made my heart smile. And Journey of Life, Angie says, I'm just glad the sun's out finally because it's so hard staying home with this baby who loves to jump around. Aw. And Chalky, my goodness, where are you at? I think he's in the London area somewhere. And hey, we got Traveling Tea in the house. She says, we have a registered dietitian on staff at work. Wow, that's cool, Traveling Tea. Hey, and Traveling Tea, I know I met you once on the Downsize Cruise last year. I'd love to meet you again. I talked with Barb, Health at Any Cost, and we are going to do a meetup in it'll be in the Orlando area. There's a restaurant. I can't remember the name of the restaurant.
Probably more than one.
But there's a really good Mexican restaurant.
Right.
And it has great parking. So it'll be easy for us to be able to park the van there. And we've already eaten there and we love it. And they have lots of tables and stuff. That good place.
It was really good.
That's where Barb thinks we should do it.
I don't remember the name.
I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name either. It was by her old place, but we're going to be doing a meetup. I don't know if it's going to be the first week in March or the third week in March. Once we nail down the plans, we will let you know. But would love to see you again, and hopefully you'll be able to join us for that. And Chalky says, I'm in London,
Yeah, right.
England. Yeah, our buddy across the pond. And Terry says, ordered a home weight set today. Have to get some toning up. Oh, and that's it. Yeah. And that is another thing that I wish I knew sooner to that there was free personal training at Planet Fitness, because I would have learned how to do the weight machine sooner and started that sooner. But I'm glad I'm doing it now because it is making a difference. I'm gaining muscle and losing fat at the same time, which is a good thing.
You know what's better than never starting to do that?
What?
Sometime starting to do it.
Hey, there you go. And
Starting it
we did.
now.
And yep, starting it now. That's right. Angie says, I want to start a channel, but my husband doesn't want me to. That's why my name is Journey of Life for the non-existing channel. Maybe in the future. Yeah. That may be really cool. If you do, let me know. And I'll be one of your subscribers, just like I am to Manjaro Journey with Pam and I am with uh Health at Any Cost and others, the downsized and some oh gosh, there's so many. There's so many that I'm part of. On the pen with Dave. Frankie says, how is your A1C? My A1C 5.4. So much better than that 10.2. Oh my gosh. Oh, and I used to have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Erased. It's gone. Even had an ultrasound of my liver, and that fatty liver stuff is gone.
The doctor came out and said, "What are you
Yeah,
doing?"
what are you doing? Yeah, my doctor was very impressed. And Angie says, I loved London. It's been a while since I've been there, and I've always wanted to go. And Denise says, wow, what a difference. You're doing so good. Oh, thank you so much, Angie. I need to order a set of heavier weights, but geez, they are a pretty penny. Yep, they're not cheap. And Chalky says, you're looking great, G. Oh, thank you. As Mindy would say, everybody is different and everybody is different. Yep, Mayor Mindy says that. And Grant says, I've been trying to become a content creator too, Angie. Still not quite there yet. But we sure appreciate his help on our channel. And he's been a guest on a lot of channels now, including ours a few times. And Elizabeth says, I wish Medicare covered the cost for the meds. Anyone's elderly on Medicare, I've been paying out of pocket 1,000 per month till last August when I got direct from Lily for 500 a month. My dad's having good luck with Medicare this year, but he's got a supplement of some sort, but it's helping him with the cost of Mounjaro. I don't know if it does Zepbound. Um, I'm not sure, but you know what? It's good to keep asking because sometimes it changes. I was UMR United Healthcare, and like I say, it didn't, and it was 1,400 a month, and now it's only 70, and then with the coupon 25, and I don't know how much it is now that I've got a brand new insurance that started January 1st. So
Gotta
I'll
find out.
let you know. I'll let you know when I buy it for the first time. And Chalky says, I remember you talking about this at the start. Aw, Grant, me too. I have two channels. And Grant says, please don't forget to like this live. Aw, thanks, Grant. I appreciate that. And if you want to see Taz the Bulldog's channel, check that out too. And Tazzy Man, if you like bulldogs. And Chalky says,
Oh,
Jeff is looking very well. Aw,
thanks.
thanks. I think he looks pretty handsome too. Mwah. And Black Squirrel says, my power words are healing and imperfection. Ooh, that's good.
I like
I
those.
want to remind myself that things don't have to be perfect to be good. Wow, that is deep and fabulous. Those are great power words. Thanks for sharing them, Black Squirrel. Mine this year is connect. And I want to connect more with my shipmates. So I think I'm going to be doing more, letting you guys know when we're different places that we can meet up when we're in our Anchor Moments RV. And uh, and finding ways to connect people with resources too, like finding a dietitian or other things, and connecting people to give to their local food banks. Uh, they really could use they could use the food, and they could use cash too, so it helps them keep the lights on and pay for the building that people can come to get the food. And Elizabeth says, remember in the beginning when you had so many technical problems, then Jeff retired and you got all tech ed out. That's right. Oh my gosh, that's right. You know what? And that's what really grew the channel. Jeff likes to edit, and he's my editor, but it takes him a long time. I mean, you guys, you wouldn't believe how many hours it takes him to edit a video. A 10-minute video could take like 10 hours before it gets produced. But a live, all he has to do is give me a thumbnail, and then we just go, and it just is what it is. And I told Jeff I wanted to start doing lives and growing my Anchor Moments channel, and he was still working. And I said, I'll just do it all as lives. You won't have to do any editing. Just help me with the thumbnails. And he was like, okay. And that really did make my channel take off. And it's been so fun because I've made so many new friends from doing these lives. But yep, oh, the technical problems were horrible in the beginning when I didn't have Jeff. Oh my gosh. And Chalky says, all the medication and treatment is free in the UK. Oh my gosh. That's heavenly. Lucky duck. And yep, she said the same thing. Lucky ducky. Yep. Oh my gosh. And Angie says, you look so good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Barb says, traveling tea. Hey, Eugenia and I are wanting to get a group together to share dinner at. Thank you, Don Julio's. That's the place when she comes to town. Don Julio's in Orlando. I really hope you and your mama can come too. That would be so
Is that like
fun.
an expression? I hope you and
You
your
and your
mama can
mama.
come too.
Yes. Oh, but no, her and her mom.
Oh, her real
Absolutely.
mom.
Her
Okay.
real mom.
All right.
Yes. That's going to be so much fun. That'll be really neat. And thanks, Barb, for helping me. She's going to help me set this up and get the word out. And Angie says, Elizabeth, why not try out compounded terzepatide instead? And Chalky says, lucky dad. It doesn't really work for me as weight loss, but it is enormously helpful with controlling my type 2. Okay. And Angie says, I was on Zepbound the pen, but ended up saving them and using compounded since they expire before the pens. Yeah, you want to do that. And wow, 2 years. Woohoo. And Pam says, I've been in contact with the travel agent, and I'm pretty sure we're going to sign up for June. I want to see everyone. Oh my gosh, we would love to have you on the downsize cruise with us, Pam. It is so much fun. And Angie says, we have a Don Julio's down the street. I'll join you from afar. Oh, and for the cruise, I think she's thinking for the cruise, but the Don Julio's, that's where we're going to meet just for a fun get together. Probably in March. Maybe the last week in February. I don't know. It depends when we finally get our act together to leave. So not exactly sure. We fly by the seat of our pants when we drive in the van.
I thought we were driving.
Yeah, but it's by the seat of our pants for sure. And Chalky says, we love you, G. You're so incredibly inspirational. Oh, thanks, Chalky. And Barb said, oh, Journey of Life says, Barb, I tried to comment on your Substack, but it said I need to create a profile. So I added my name and email, and it still won't let me comment. I need to sign in or something. And Barb says, not sure how to create a profile exactly, but people do create them just to read. So it can be done. I bet you guys there's probably a YouTube video on how to sign up for the Substacks and how to do all the Substack stuff.
There's might be two steps where you create the profile, but you also then need to sign in with the profile. I don't know.
Maybe. I usually get it from the emails because I get an email with whenever she posts
Oh,
something new on
okay.
her Substack. Yes. And Barb says, I'm pretty sure you'll need to sign in. Yeah, probably for commenting. But that does help. Comments always help when people are doing social media. Um, and Grant says, yes, create a login. That should work for you, Angie. Yeah, and Grant would know. And Grant is one of the subscribers, one of the paid subscribers. He actually is a legacy person, or where he's a special he has a special membership on Barb Substack where he helps support it each month. And we really appreciate that about you, Grant. That is so great. And Journey of Life says, okay, thanks, Grant. I'll try that after this live. Wow, Barb, that's awesome. What an amazing journey. I mean, it has been an amazing journey. She says, yes, from 405 pounds to 125 pounds. That's a loss of 280 pounds. Holy moly. Amazing. And Denise says, I only get sick now if I eat fried foods or fatty foods like your spankings. I do great when I eat non fatty foods. Yeah, if I eat non fatty foods, I'm fine. I might even be able to have two alcoholic drinks if I ate a non fatty food at the same time. I might be okay to not get a spanking. I don't know. Because, like I say, I only drink if my parents are in town and they're buying. And it's always fancy food, and there's like appetizers and desserts, and it's just uh if you throw a couple alcoholic drinks on that, I'm toast. I am toast. I'm getting that spanking in the middle of the night. And Cindy says, yes, Gina, we started days apart and Zep bound 2 years and down 125 pounds. That is amazing. You've been a blessing, and this group has been there when I needed encouragement and motivation. You, Barb, the whole gang, a blessing. Aw, thanks, Cindy. And I am so impressed. That is incredible. And Dawn says, I started February 19th, the day after my son's birthday. Hey, that's a good way to remember. And Dawn says, I remember because, oh, yeah, it's the day after her son's birthday. And my victory this week is that my stall finally broke. Yay! That's great, Dawn. That always feels good when a stall disappears. That's awesome. Everyone's congratulating her and her 2 year anniversary, too. Woohoo! And Barb says, I can't wait. I'm scribbling faster. And Denise says, my highest ever weight was 197 to 183 on Weight Watchers. Went on Optiva and lost 30 pounds. Stopped it and gained 10 pounds back. Lost 40 on terzepatide, and I weigh 121 now. That's fantastic. And she's short like me. She's 4'11". She's even tinier than me, which is pretty tiny. And Dawn, that is so awesome. Yay. Thanks, everyone. It was a month long stick in the mud. Oh, I know. That's such a bummer when that's happening. Denise, congratulations. That's incredible. And she says, I'm down 44 pounds on Zepbound and 82 pounds from when I started losing weight. Wow, that's fabulous. That's got to feel good, especially while you're chasing around all those little kids. And Chalky says, thank you so much for remembering Fluffy, my dog. Oh, sadly, she died a few days ago. Oh, I'm sorry, Chalky. She was a wonderful dog. I had her 16 years. I remember you would pop on and you'd say, it'd be like 2 in the morning in London, and you would be walking your dog in the middle of the night and catching us live. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a bummer to lose a loved one like that. Darn it. I wish dogs lived longer. Aw. And Dawn says, so sorry to hear, Chalky. Pets have a special corner in our heart, all their own. Yes, they do. They absolutely do. And Barb says, I know that pain. I still miss my puppies. I am so sorry. And Angie says, hopefully Gina skips over our conversation earlier. Nope, I got it all. But truly, Angie, or we'd be here till midnight. Oh, I know. Oh. Yeah, I'm in the central time zone, so I'm here for it. We're so glad you're here for it too, Denise. And Chalky says, thank you all. I've cried every day for the last 4 days, so I came to watch Anchor Moments to cheer me up. Aw, for some reason, knowing that Jesus got Spain while I have the runs makes me laugh.
That's, that's good. We can be here for you.
Yeah, glad my scoop on the poop puts a smile on your face. Oh, Chucky, you kill me. Oh my gosh. And Barb says, Gina, the downsize is doing a book club with Oprah's book starting the second Tuesday in February. Okay. I don't think it'd hurt if we both did one. And I'll join theirs too. Why not? But I've already started I've got wait lists, and so I'm gonna start wait lists. Not next week, because next week is the last chapter of Food Intelligence, and we have the author Kevin Hall's going to be our guest. So I'm one of the two authors. So I'm really excited. And then the following week, it's Weightless, and this book is by an obesity doctor, an endocrinologist, and it's supposed to be it's a doctor's guide to GLP-1 medications, sustainable weight loss, and the health you deserve. So I think this is going to be really good. So it'll be fun to read that. And then right after that, I'm going to start in with the Oprah book because I've already ordered it. And I love Oprah, love, love, love her. I actually got to see her once in person and got tickets to see her in Chicago on it wasn't the ones where she gave away cars or a bunch of Christmas presents. It wasn't that one. I think we talked about moms who were on meth. Uh, hmm. but anyway, it was neat meeting Oprah. And I think she is amazing. She's one of my heroes. And everyone thinks Chalky's hilarious because he is so funny. I love it when Chalky comes on. I'm going to buy Oprah's new book too. Yep, it's called Enough. And oh yes, I heard they were going to do that, but is it members only? I don't know with the downsized, and I don't do memberships, so it's always free. It's always free for my shipmates at Anchor Moments. We're always free. And I'll be doing Oprah's book immediately after Weightless. So, uh, and if those of you get the book, you can do it with both of us because I'll be doing it with them too. Um, yep. Oh, she says, I see you now, Angie, on Substack. Oh, good. And Pam says, oh, there's a podcast with Mel Robbins, and she's talking about the author of Atomic Habits. It's such an excellent
James
podcast.
Clear.
Yes. And that was the first weight loss book club I did. Was with Atomic Habits. And this is my favorite book of all time. You can use it for weight loss. You can use it to help you declutter. You can use it on relationships. There's so many ways to use this book to make your life better. I love, love, love this book. It's my favorite book of all time, Atomic Habits.
Nice thing about this book,
Yeah.
Audible, it actually is the author reading it to you.
Mhm.
And so I really appreciate that too.
Yep, James.
If you like doing the audiobooks.
Yep. And you know, it's funny, you guys, that was something that I didn't know before starting Mounjaro. I wasn't good at reading books. I I used to say I slept on a bed of knowledge. I had a bunch of books. I'd read the first chapter or two while I was in bed and it'd make me sleepy and I'd fall asleep. And then I would put it, I know. And then I would put the book under my bed and think I'd read it later. And then I didn't. I had so many books underneath my bed that I'd only read a chapter or two. And then I'd get another book and just read like a chapter or two. And then it'd be under my bed.
Sleep learning.
Yes. No, I wish I would learn it through osmosis. And then I thought, you know what? I really think my shipmates should hear about Atomic Habits. What if I did a weight loss book club and we do just one chapter a week? And I'd already read this book once and I knew I needed to read it again. And then I did the book club with it, reading it the second time, one chapter a week. And then we got, oh my gosh, it's just like I have read so many books now. We did this one. Um, we did, oh wait, no. This one
Gina, be
over here.
careful.
Now you're afraid I'm gonna knock down this fan. We did this one, salt, sugar, fat. And we've done, Dave's didn't take too long because this is skinny, but we did decoding GLP-1s, and we had the author on our show too on the
Good
last week
book.
of that. And it's also an excellent book. But this is a lot. Look at all these books where I can say I've read every page,
Wait,
where I can
wait.
read every page. So doing this book club for busy people has been really good for me because it's making sure I read it all the way to the end and not just a chapter or two. Oh, good. The Downsized Book Club is for everyone. Okay. Ah, you do. Oh, good. I'm so in love with James Clear. I listen to something Atomic Habits at least
Yeah,
once a day. Yeah, I
I could do
love
that
him.
too.
I love him, love him, love him. I get his little I don't know if it comes daily, but every at least once a week I get something from him as an email that I read too. So good. His newsletter is fantastic too. I'm really noticing how nice it is having the skin removal more than I thought I'd ever feel. Oh,
That's
that's
great.
so good to hear. And Christy feels that way too. Good. Grant's wife's doing well. And Barb says Megan loves her too, Pam, hers too, Pam. Yeah. And Barb's daughter Megan got hers done as well. Pam says, "Oh wow, Gina, we both were the same in being the only cheerleader to do splits." Yeah, I could do a cartwheel into the splits, but I couldn't do backflips. But I could do a cartwheel into the splits, and I was the only one who could do the splits on my cheerleading squad. And then a bunch of girls from a wealthy area of town who had lots of gymnastics since they were little kids. Oh my gosh, they were amazing. It was like a circus. They could do flips all the way across the gym. I remember coming home from tryouts and I was in tears. And my mom's like, "Why are you crying? You got in to be a cheerleader last year. You'll be a cheerleader this year." And I was like, "Oh no way, Mom. Those Woodlawn girls came and they were doing flips all the way across, and they all could do the splits. There's no way I made it." And I didn't make it. I lost it, but I got to do it for a year, and it was a fun year. And Angie says, Oprah has been through it for sure. Wow, she's 5'7". Oh my gosh, she's so much taller than me, too. And Barb says, I could do the splits until I was about 300 pounds. I freaked people out how limber I was. I'm still pretty limber. And Journey of Life says, even all the best chefs and trainers couldn't keep Oprah from gaining her weight back. Yeah. I mean, obesity really is a disease. And Pam says, "Yay, Grant! It's so weird to go from buying brief to now bikini, and bikini fits so much better than they ever did, and the briefs are going up too high." Oh my goodness! Oh, Barb, I'm here with you in the sagging socks. That's so cool, Barb. One day I'll be able to do the splits. Yeah. You should try Journey of Life. And now that you're so nice and thin, you could practice. Hey, Kay, we mentioned you earlier in the video. So excited to have you here from Australia. Yay! And Grant says Christy is doing great. Went back to work on Wednesday.
Yay.
Awesome. Wow, Grant, I didn't know Christy had used a GLP-1. No, she didn't use a GLP-1. She lost 140 pounds without doing a GLP-1, but she still needed the skin removal surgery. And Barb says, Gina's chat has reached morning in Aussie land.
If we don't stop soon, dear,
Yeah,
morning
I
zone of two.
know. We're gonna have to get going here. Pregnancy and there's abdominal pressure. I didn't realize Oprah is 72. I thought she was 62.
Oh,
She looks so
wow.
young. Nope, just 1,200 calories a day and the discipline that still amazes me. Christy inspires me for sure. Wow. Yep, and she does it all without a GLP-1, 1,200 calories a day. It's now 1 p.m. daylight savings time in Australia. Oh my goodness. I need kilopounds to pound version
Kilograms.
for this channel. Please use alcohol wipes. Our skin is filthy, even right from the shower after toweling off. Good to know. Thank you, Barb. Sorry you had to read all that, Gina. Oh my gosh, funny. Use AI to compute for you. It's the only way I can do it fast. Yeah, from kilograms to pounds. Uh, yeah, because they do kilograms instead of pounds. And Cindy says, good night, all. Have an incredibly blessed week. 5 a.m. comes quick and I need my sleep. Yep. And Kay says, yep, just calculated my current weight, 173 pounds. Starting weight was 209. Congratulations. So you
Great.
are coming down. Good job. Hey, I think we're down to the end. Did I miss anybody?
Did
Oh,
you read those?
no. Uh, Thanks for always being free. You're welcome. Must check out your book recommendations. Please do. They're really good. And there's playlists. So even though you missed that particular season of book club, you can go on the playlist and then watch the replays. Read a
And-
chapter and then watch a replay in your time when it works for you. And if you place a comment, I will comment on that so you still feel like you're part of the book club. So
And we
it's
don't tell everything that's in the book, so it's still a good value if you wanted to get the book and then listen to the playlist as well.
Yep. Oh, they're giving hugs to Chalky. And everyone's saying goodnight. I really like when the author is the voice of the audiobook.
Yeah.
Yep, that's my
Because they
favorite.
know where to make the emphasis.
Oh,
What they're talking about now.
says reading is more fun with you, Gina. Thank you. I appreciate that. I used to be a school teacher, so it does feel good to do these book clubs too. So grateful for your endless inspiration. Thanks so much, Mary. And in standard medicine, the most frequent use of
Enemas.
enemas are to relieve constipation and for bowel cleansing before a medical examination or procedure. Okay. Yep. And
A kilogram is 2.2 pounds.
okay, a kilogram times 2.2 equals pounds. Thank you for the conversion. All right. Let's see who are. Do you have a phone? Open up your phone, Jeff.
Open.
And let's see who gets to wear our crowns tonight before we say goodbye.
This one? Here, I'll let you
Yep.
do it. No.
So, skip the commercial.
Here, I'll let you do it.
Okay. Here we go.
Skip.
Skip. And I click on the crown. Okay. In third place tonight, wearing a crown, we have Health at Any Cost Barb. Yay! In second place, we have Chalky from London. Woohoo! Watching us in the middle of the night. And in first place, we have Angie, Journey of Life. Yay! And she's also our last comment tonight, thanking us for a great live. Love you guys so much. Thanks for making it a wonderful 2 years. I look forward. We're going to have an extra video this week on Wednesday, a live with Taylor from Southwest Dietitian Group. It'll be earlier, 3:30 Arizona time, 4:30 Central. And then our book club again next Sunday with the author of Food Intelligence. All right, everybody, hold on to your anchor moments and make it a great day. Love you guys.